Hello and welcome to This Date in History, also known as TDH. This show is all about the events that occurred to date in years past, both recognized by actual historians, but mainly things that we personally find intriguing enough for us to bring to you. The sources of this information come from the Smart Device application, Today in History, What Happened Today in History, Historical Calendar, and the website onthisday.com. For links to those sources, the music, and anything else potentially interesting that we gather throughout the show, check the underbar of the description below. Anyway, I am A.O. Xander, and today is Moon's Day, also known as Monday, June 20th, 2022. Starting us off in the year 451, the Battle of Catalaunian Plains, Roman and Visigoth forces defeated Attila the Hun in the northeast of France, halting a Hun invasion of Roman Gaul. The exact date is disputed. Moving on up into 1789, during the French Revolution, the Third Estate of the French Estates General swore the tennis court oath at the Palace of Versailles, swearing not to disband until a new constitution is formed. Tennis court oath. That's odd, you know? Yeah. Welcome, by the way, to the show, The Golden Loon.
Hello.
Yes. 1791, King Louis XVI and the French royal family were caught during an attempt to flee Paris during the French Revolution, severely undermining their credibility. Dang. Wasn't he, later to be executed, Louis XVI?
I don't have any idea.
Let's see here. Yep, execution by guillotine.
Wow.
Yep.
Good call.
Well, you know, those French, they like to lose their heads. So, 1819, the SS Savannah reached Cork in Ireland after a 29-day and 11-hour voyage from Savannah, Georgia, to become the first steamship to cross the Atlantic or any other ocean. So that's pretty cool.
That's kind of first steamship.
Steamship, yes. This is actual engine power. It still has sails, as you can see, as the viewers can see.
Yeah.
So that way, if anything happened, they can still go on sail power.
Right. They just
and then also, that means that they don't have to carry as much fuel.
Well, that's true too. They can use the wind when it's there.
Yeah, if there's good wind, use it, and then when there's not, turn on the engines.
I'm disappointed that I've never heard of this.
Yeah.
It's disappointing.
That you never heard of this specific thing, or
that this steam engine crossed the Atlantic.
Oh well, of course. What did battleships and everything have there in World War I and II and all that stuff?
Yeah. No, I get it.
Yeah.
I thought you would have heard of that. It seems rather important.
Yeah. Well, you can't remember everything important. There's
a
long time ago we crossed the threshold where importance does not outweigh memory, ability. So
true.
Because I've talked to you about this before, because there's everything's split into different sections, with history specifically, you have World War II history, or just straight up war history. Then there's art history. Then there's culture history. There's no possibility for any one person to know of even three things significant of every aspect of history.
Of course not.
Yeah. So
there are moments of time. History's just moments in time, and we decide what's important and what's not.
Yeah.
We can't remember it all.
Yeah. Well, speaking of important and what's not, 1825 coronation of Charles X, the last Bourbon King of France. Okay, it's whatever. But he's the last Bourbon King, so okay, that's probably cool, 1837, Queen Victoria, at the age of 18, ascended to the British throne following the death of her uncle, King William IV. She ruled for 63 years until 1901. Wow. 1840, Samuel Morse patented the telegraph.
Ah.
Yeah. 1867, U.S. President Andrew Johnson announced the Alaska Purchase.
Oh, there
That's
you go.
when we bought Alaska from Russia.
Wasn't it the Indians?
No, not the Native Americans.
I'm kidding.
1888, Pope Leo XIII published Encyclical Libertas. What is that? Let me look that up here real quick. Come on, Google, load, you freaking stupid website. Stop being a peduncle village. Hurry up, Google. Okay, you know what? Okay. I was just about to give up on you. Okay. The nature of human liberty. The Redeemer of Mankind, JC, having restored the exalted... Okay. Well, basically something to do with humanity. Or something. I don't know. Anyway, 1893, Lizzie Borden was acquitted for the 1892 axe murders of her father and stepmother in Fall River, Massachusetts.
We've done that too before. Lizzie Borden took an axe.
Yeah. 1919, during the Treaty of Versailles, Germany ended incorporation of Austria. Huh, so that's when like Austria became its own thing.
Yeah.
1930, British Open Men's Golf, Royal Liverpool Golf Course. Bobby Jones won his third Open title, 2 strokes ahead of Leo Deagle and McDonald Smith on his way to the single-season Grand Slam.
Yeah, he was a great golfer, that's for sure.
Every time I see Grand Slam, I get all hungry because I think of the Denny's.
Well, wait a minute, you got that backwards.
I want some pancakes and eggs right now. 1936, Jesse Owens of the United States set 100-meter record at 10.2 seconds. Damn.
Yeah.
That's a fast man.
Hitler nuts.
Yeah.
Hitler walked out.
Yeah.
He won.
Well, that reminds me, like, I'm not sure if you remember when Bill Burr did a bit, about, like, how pumped Hitler was, and all this stuff, like, going to the Olympics and everything. Oh, we are going to dominate, blah, blah, blah. And then they got dominated. And then how awkward was that car ride, with an even angrier than usual Adolf Hitler? Like,
I don't remember the bit, but yeah.
Oh, man. I love it. 1940, Joe Louis technically knocks out Arturo Goti in 8 for heavyweight boxing title. 2 years later, in 1942, Adolf Eichmann proclaims deportation of Dutch Jews. Not to sound like uncaring or anything, but the only thing I envision, with Dutch Jews, is a bunch of people with yarmulkes and clogs just like, dancing off the stage. Oh, time for us to go. I'm awful. 1944, Nazis began...
You're not going to get an argument.
Well, this next article doesn't help me at all. 1944, Nazis began mass exterminations of Jews at Auschwitz. Hey.
I can't fathom it. It's just...
Well, it's awful, but then...
So evil.
But, Russia was killing their own people during the same time. I mean, that's even worse. It's awful to kill somebody else, but to kill your own, that's another level.
Well, through starvation and everything else. Oh,
yeah.
That was.
Well, no, they straight up killed people to get their land for the, because remember they were turning all farmland into government land.
Yeah.
And if people weren't, taking the bribes, they just shot them. It's okay, it's our land now. You're dead. 1948, Toast of the Town, hosted by Ed Sullivan, premiered on CBS TV. In 1949, tennis star Gussie Moran shocked Wimbledon by wearing a short dress to look good and move more freely on the court.
Hence the name Gussie.
Oh, I did not know that.
Short dress and Gussie. I don't know.
Did you just make that up, or is that an actual thing?
No, I just made that up.
I can't tell. Most of the time, you boomers...
Does that not sound odd, the name in the caption?
Gussie?
And a short dress.
Well, the last name Moron, sounds a little worse.
Yeah.
Anyway, 1950, Joe DiMaggio's 2000th hit at Yankees, caused the Yankees to beat the Indians 8-2. Or didn't cause that, I don't know.
Got his autograph somewhere.
Yeah. You do?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. You should, put that in a frame or something, know where it's at.
Yeah, I have no idea where it's at.
Would it have been stolen during the B&E all those years ago?
I don't know. I have no idea where it's at.
That's not good.
Because I had it when I was a kid.
Oh,
I've been a million places since I was a kid.
Man. 1956, at Detroit's big stadium, Mickey Mantle hit 2 Billy Hoffett pitches into right center field bleachers. No one else hit one there. I don't know what that means. Is that like a normal area for the ball to go if it's out? Or?
No. That just... it's probably the range of it. Nobody hits a home run in there, and he hit 2 of them.
Oh, okay.
That's what it means.
Ah.
It's a hard place to hit distance-wise or whatever it is.
See, this is why I need you on the show, because you know the sports stuff that I will never know because I just don't care,
Right.
But I should care about it, 1960, the 12th Emmy Awards, Playhouse 90, Robert Stack and Jane Wyatt win.
Jane Wyatt, that was President Reagan's wife. His first wife.
Same time in 1960 as well, Floyd Patterson knocks out Ingmar Johansson in the 5th for heavyweight boxing title.
Absolutely, I remember that.
That's a little odd of a picture for a boxing guy. He's dressed like a cowpoke.
Yeah, that is weird.
So, yeah. Also in 1960, the Huckleberry Hound Show by Hanna-Barbera became the first animated program to win an Emmy.
Huckleberry Hound.
Yeah, Huckleberry Hound. That's the guy who had like the little dog with him, right? The son or something. He's the dog with the sweater.
Yeah. Yeah. I've forgotten now what. Yeah,
let me look that up. Huckle. Why can't I type? My fingers are muffining. Huckleberry Hound. There we go. Okay, no, I was wrong. Images. That's Huckleberry. Okay. Yeah. I was thinking of something else.
And then the bear is exit stage right.
Yogi.
Yogi the bear.
Yogi Bear. And then Boo Boo. Yeah. Anyway, moving on up into 1966. The U.S. Open Men's Golf Olympic CC, Billy Casper erases a 7-stroke deficit on the final 9 holes to tie with Arnold Palmer. He won Monday 18-hole playoff by 4 strokes. Well, who, though? The Billy Casper or Arnold Palmer? Like, who won 18-hole playoff by 4 strokes? Yeah, I'm not going to look at it.
It's got to be Arnold Palmer.
Yeah, maybe. 1966 as well, Shelia Scott completed the first round-the-world solo flight by a woman. Hey.
Yeah, I love that.
A Scot.
Great Scott.
Great Scott. 1969, 200,000 people attended Newport 69, which was then the largest ever pop concert in Northridge, California. Jimi Hendrix got $120,000 to appear. Wow.
A lot of money then.
A lot of money now.
Yeah.
1969 as well, Georges Pompidou was sworn in as president of France. Doesn't he kind of look like Rodney Dangerfield a little bit?
Yeah, if you stretch it.
I guess I just can't tell people apart. 1970, British government of Edward Heath formed with Margaret Thatcher in the cabinet.
Okay.
1970 as well, Orioles Brooks Robinson got his 2000th career hit in a 3-run home run. 3-run home run. 1971, Glastonbury Festival in Pilton, England opened. David Bowie headlined. Other performers include Joan Baez, Hawkwind, Melanie, Traffic, Fairport Convention, and Quintessence.
What a talented guy David Bowie was, man.
Speaking of who looks like whom,
yeah,
doesn't he kind of look like a healthier version of the strung-out Macaulay Culkin? Have you seen the picture of Macaulay Culkin?
No, yeah.
Okay, let me find it here real quick. Macaulay Culkin. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Yeah.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah.
Oh,
the Home Alone guy. But
yeah.
But see, like this picture, like it went wild on the internet a while ago.
Yeah.
Like because he was all strung out and everything, probably on drugs. I don't know. Like there's all sorts of theories. But he kind of looks like,
the hair sure looks the same.
A slightly healthier, version of that.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of the same angle. His hair is doing the same thing,
Yeah.
Anyway, 1973, Juan Perón returned from exile to Argentina after 18 years. 1974, Chinatown, directed by Roman Polanski, starring Jack Nicholson and Faye Dunaway, was released. See, that's Jack Nicholson right there.
Yeah. You're right.
Remember the other guy you thought was, who was it, Jack something else, or Jack Robinson?
Jack.
Yesterday.
I know. I'm trying to remember who it was. Jack. I can't remember now.
Neither can I. 1975, Jaws, dun-dun, 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 based on the book by Peter Ben-Shelley. Yep. Directed by Steven Spielberg and starring Roy Scheider, was released. And that's what defined Blockbuster. That is.
Isn't that what really put Steven Spielberg on the map as a super director. What did he do before that? Was that his first big breakthrough? I mean, I'm sure he did a lot of movies, but I mean, made him recognized as a blockbuster guy.
Well, no, no. This is what invented the term blockbuster. This movie.
I got that,
yeah.
But I mean, is this his real big breakthrough where everybody knows Steven Spielberg?
Well, I would assume so because I mean, it invented the term blockbuster.
Yeah. Well, true.
So, you know.
I mean, we know the others who did that. What
Yeah.
was the date on that again?
1975. He also did Indiana Jones, right?
Yeah.
Now, did he have anything to do with Star Wars?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. At least, I don't know about all of them, but
Yeah.
I think the first one for sure.
Yeah. Anyway, 1977, Menachem Begin formed Israeli government.
Yep.
1980,
Menachem Begin.
Menachem Begin. Okay. 1980, musical comedy film The Blues Brothers. Dun, 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 dun. Wait, no, that's
I don't know what that is.
That was father and son, or
No clue.
oh. Anyway, starring Dan Aykroyd and John Belushi and featuring appearances by Aretha Franklin, Cab Calloway, and Ray Charles, opened in 594 theaters. Now, something that this one here educated me about is a young, what's her face? Princess Leia.
Yeah.
Yeah. She was the psycho ex-girlfriend in that movie who kept trying to kill him. Right?
I'm drawing a blank here.
Carrie Fisher?
Yeah, Carrie Fisher. What about her?
Wasn't she the psycho ex-girlfriend in the Blues Brothers who kept trying to blow them up? Because like she launched a bazooka at them, like she had an RPG. There's one scene where they were in a phone booth and then they got launched in the air.
Man, I'm not recalling this movie as well as I thought I knew it.
There was one scene she had an AK or something pointed at them, and then like John Belushi's character is just like
Carrie Fisher.
I believe that was Carrie Fisher. Actually, you know what? Let me look it up.
I don't remember that at all.
Carrie Fisher, Blues Brothers. Did Carrie Fisher star in the Blues Fisher? Yeah, Fisher played the gun-toting maniac ex-girlfriend of John Belushi's Juliet Jake.
Okay, good. Oh, holy
you told me this.
That's what you told me.
Yeah, see, look, she's holding.
Twin.
Okay, an M60. Yeah, see, holding a gun. Like there's another scene like where she actually has a bazooka. Yeah, here's the scene. She launched a bazooka at the thing and blew up like the whole front of the building. You can't see it that well, but here it is. You see, she had like a bazooka thing.
Yeah.
That's insane. She kept trying to kill him.
Oh man.
Anyway, 1980 as well, Panamanian boxer Robert Duran took WBC welterweight title from Sugar Ray Leonard at Olympic Stadium in Montreal by unanimous points decision.
This is stone.
Yep. 1981, Pope John Paul II was hospitalized for 55 days for an infection. 1982, Pete Rose was the fifth to appear in 3,000 games, following after Cobb, Musial, Aaron, and Yaz.
He's the greatest ball player to ever live. That's not in the Hall of Fame. They banned him.
What did he do?
Gambled on baseball.
Okay, that's a good reason. 1986, doctors at Bethesda Naval removed 2 small benign polyps from Reagan's colon. Why do we need to know about this?
I have no idea.
Why is this up here? Why is it highlighted? I don't want to know about
Reagan.
I don't want to know about Reagan's colon. 1986 as well, Jim Fergossi replaced Tony La Russa as White Sox manager. Okay, here we go about the Sox again. 1986 as well, Glastonbury Festival in Pilton, England opened The Cure, Psychedelic Furs, and Level 42 headline with other performers including Simply Red, Madness, Ruby Turner, Amazulu, Lloyd Cole, Black Uhuru, The Wallers Band, Loudon, Wainwright III, John Martin, The House Martins, The Waterboys, The Porgs, Gil Scott-Heron, Robert Surrey Band, and Christy Moore.
What a lineup.
Yeah. 1990, Nelson Mandela landed in New York City to begin a tour of US, the U.S.
Us.
Us. Like, leave it to our country to have our abbreviation. Like, we are so egotistical. What country are you from? Us. You know? 1992, Dino Ciccarelli was traded by the Washington Capitals to the Detroit Red Wings.
We also call our country
America.
The whole continent. We take over the whole continent.
Yeah,
from America.
Yeah, see, like, it's funny, because, like, you know, America, like, as I said, is 2 continents containing 35 countries. United States of America, that's why it's there. But it's funny, like, every time I see Canadian-American, it's like, Canadians are American. Mexican-American, but Mexico is, Venezuelan-American. Like, what are you doing, you know? 1993, during the NBA Finals, Chicago Bulls became the first team to send the legendary Boston Celtics of the 1960s to win 3 consecutive titles with a 99-98 victory in Game 6 over the Phoenix Suns. Most valuable player, Michael Jordan, for the 3rd straight year.
Yep. Remember it well.
1994, former NFL running back, broadcaster, and actor O.J. Simpson was arraigned on murder of Nicole Simpson and Ronald Goldman.
O.J.
Yeah. And then he went on to wrote a book said, If I Did It. Actually, hold on, let's see. O.J. Simpson, If I Did It. And just look at this. Hold on. Oh, wait. That's why it's not loading. Come on. There we go. Now, here, let me turn this. Well, I can't. No, I want to get you on the camera.
I see it.
But you see, I did it. If I did it. It's a confession. Like, he's straight up saying he's admitting it.
Yeah.
Like, he made the if as small as possible. Like, it's in there technically. You can't use this as a confession, but come on, just look at it.
Yeah. You talk about polarizing blacks and whites.
Yeah.
It was as far as guilty or not guilty.
I'm not sure if he used the race card. I don't remember that.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Nothing that stood out, right?
Go figure. The one time that they use it, they don't use it. They are actually guilty.
Well, it's all perspective.
Yeah.
I mean, the black community, especially in LA, a lot of poor and everything. And they look cross-eyed at justice, and the white community, more affluent, especially in LA at that time, looked at in those days, the justice system is more honorable. So there you go. So
yeah. Anyway, moving on up into 1999, during the Cricket World Cup, Lords, London, Shane Warne took 4/33 as Australia beat Pakistan by 8 wickets. Lance Kusner, RSA Player of Series. I don't have a bloody clue what that means, good chap. 2007, Glastonbury Festival in Pilton, England, open. Arctic Monkeys, The Killers, and The Who headline with other performers including the Fratellis, Amy Winehouse, Shirley Bassey, Paul Weller, and Bright Eyes.
The Who, all-time great.
Yeah, Amy Winehouse is the one we listened to yesterday, right? Or
no?
No?
Talking about Janis Joplin?
Janis Joplin, okay. Yeah, I don't remember names. I'm bad at that. 2010, Despicable Me, directed by Pierre Coffin and Chris Renaud, with voices by Steve Carell and Jason Segel, premiered at the Moscow Film Festival. Moscow? That's weird. What's that movie doing over in Russia?
I don't know.
Like, you saw Despicable Me with Mom, right?
Yeah.
2013, during the NBA Finals, Miami Heat beat San Antonio Spurs 95-88 in Game 7 for back-to-back titles. Most valuable player, LeBron James for 2nd straight year. Obviously, everything's just slipping. That guy is a piece of shit. Chinese bootlicker right there. 2017, British actor Daniel Day-Lewis announced his retirement from acting. All right. 2017, Tiger Woods checked into a clinic to manage his pain medication and sleep disorder following his arrest for driving under the influence. There really is no excuse for driving under the influence. Like, you don't accidentally get into a car,
No, but you falsely think that you can handle it. And, you want to get to point A to point B. I can do that, no problem. Well, you're endangering other people's lives. Here's your life, you're endangering other people.
Here's where people go wrong with that, and how the falsely think you can handle it just goes out the window. The instant you take a sip of beer, the instant you take a hit of weed, you do anything that inhibits you, you're done. You should have the cognitive consciousness. Be like, I have drugs in my system, I don't care how I feel, I can't do it. Flat out. Take responsibility. Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong. It's just not, people don't do that.
I know, because people aren't responsible. So, 2018, U.S. President Donald Trump signed an executive order ending family separation at the border for illegal immigrants. Is that crap still going on? All the cages and everything that Obama set up, by the way. Your boy Obama.
I doubt it. I mean, they're just passing them on through, aren't they?
Yeah, probably. Yeah. 2019, Chinese President Xi Jinping met Kim Jong-un in Pyongyang, the first Chinese president to visit North Korea in 14 years. Well, that's odd. And you'd think that they'd be a lot more, glued together.
Yeah.
So. And that appears to be the last headlined article, at least. Anything grab your attention today?
Well, little things. The steamship crossing Atlantic. That was a big deal to me. I can't
tell
you why, but it's just a little deal that, wow, I wish I knew that.
Well, that is a big deal because it's mechanized. It's the first time we are no longer at the mercy of nature. We are now, can take, grab the reins and pull ourselves.
Yeah.
Now, granted, it probably didn't go under its own power the entire time because I believe that is another record that I have already covered before. But, it's the steps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I wonder how it was powered. I mean, what was the energy source to create this
Probably
steam?
coal or...
Probably.
Yeah.
Could be wood, I doubt it. The ship could burn up. We need more energy. Take the...
we don't need this mast.
Take the rudder, would you?
Well, no. You can just start taking the mast down.
Oh, they'd burn really good, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Like I say, whoops, we lit the ship up.
The first article here, Roman and Visigoth forces defeated Attila the Hun in northeast France, halting Hun invasion of Roman Gaul. So that's, the Mongols, they had that huge empire.
Yeah.
But at some point, they did hit a wall and they couldn't go,
Yeah.
And this was one of the points. That's really intriguing, But yeah, I have to agree with you on your ship thing, this French Revolution thing, that's interesting.
Yeah.
These people showing their true colors and later, losing their heads over it. Here's your ship thing right there.
Yeah.
Among, various other things. The Alaska Purchase.
Yeah, that was cool too.
Yeah, that was interesting. Anyway, let's move on into bursts here. Starting us off. Oh yeah, by the way, any viewers, I want to start bringing you into this. What were your favorite articles? Anything that you found interesting? Anything that you want to expand upon? Educate me. This is a two-way street. I'm not just here to educate you. Talk to me. Let's start a dialogue here.
Yeah, absolutely.
And anybody watching, you're welcome to join. If you're already in my Discord, just pop into the show's channel and everything.
Say howdy.
Yeah, you don't even have to say anything. You just just watch live while in the stands. Be the studio audience, not the TV viewer. Anyway, going on to burst 1005, Ali al-Zahir, Fatimid Caliph of Egypt, dying in 136. So he only lived to 31 years old.
That's it.
It's not a long time. 1389, John of Lancaster, the first Duke of Bedford, English statesman, died in 1435. 1763, Wolfe Tone, Irish rebel leader, died in 1798. 1770, Moses Waffle. I've heard about seeing Jesus in toast, but seeing Moses in a waffle does it part the syrupy sea, He was an American minister and academic, dying in 1840. 1796, Luigi Amat di San Filippo e Sorso was an Italian cardinal, dying in 1878. 1847, Gina Krog was born on this date. She was a Norwegian suffragist and women's rights activist, dying in 1916. 1855, Richard Lodge. A vagina by any other name. Dick Lodge. He was an English historian and academic, dying in 1936. Well, I mean, that's where it goes, right? 1858, Charles W. Chestnut, American novelist and short story writer, dying in 1932.
Nothing about chestnut for you?
Well, double T nut, 1869, Laxmanaro Kirloskar was an Indian businessman who founded the Kirloskar Group, dying in 1956. 1872, George Carpenter was the American 5th General of the Salvation Army, dying in 1948. I guess that's what they call their CEO or something, their general, because they're an army, 1889, John S. Paraskevopoulos was a Greek-African astronomer and academic, dying in 1951. 1903, Sam Rabin was born on this date. He was an English wrestler, sculptor, and singer. That's a different variety right there.
Yeah. We're the singer, wrestler. Yeah, everything's different.
Dying in 1991. 1907, Jimmy Driftwood. That can't possibly be his actual name. Jimmy Driftwood. Let's see here. Oh, well, if Google's going to lag. This guy, he was a U.S. singer, songwriter, and banjo player, dying in 1998. Okay, Google, come on, man. Why are you lagging? James Corbett Morris was his actual name, also known as Jimmy Driftwood. You know how these people like to have stage names and everything.
Of course. Alan Wolf.
Okay.
Yeah.
1916, we have T. Texas Tyler, U.S. country singer, songwriter, and guitarist for country music. Singer, songwriter, guitarist. T. Texas Tyler. David Luke Myrick. Okay. So what's with the T. Texas? Is that supposed to be a thing on Texas Tea?
Could be.
I have no idea. Anyway, 1920, Thomas Jefferson, U.S. trumpet player, dying in 1986. Not the Thomas Jefferson that you thought.
No.
1923, Peter Gay, German U.S. historian, author, and academic, dying in 2015. Whenever I see names like that, the first thing I think of is PE roll call, where they go your last name and then your first. Yeah. Gay Peter versus straight Peter. You know how we have tall John or fat John or black John or white John, Well, now we have Gay Peter. I don't know. And, Peter is a word for something else, too, so that's not even helping either. 1924, Chet Atkins, who was a U.S. singer, songwriter, guitarist, and producer, dying in 2001. 1924 as well saw Fritz Koenig being born. He was a German sculptor and academic who designed the Sphere, dying in 2017. And what is the Sphere? So let me look this up here real quick.
There's something about him.
These images.
For images, I believe it's...
Oh, this thing.
Oh, no. I'm thinking of something else.
Why aren't you working? Well, we can see it. Yeah. At least. There we go. Wow, okay. Well, that's a sphere. Well, it was a sphere. I mean, it doesn't look fully spherical, but whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway.
What's the significance of that to be listed as... Anyways, doesn't matter.
I use it just an architect, The Sphere is a monumental cast bronze sculpture by German artist Fritz Koenig. The world's largest bronze sculpture of modern times stood between the Twin Towers and on the Austin J. Torben Plaza of the World Trade Center in New York City from 1971 until the September 2011 attacks. Or September 11th, 2001 attacks.
It obviously didn't make it. The whole building fell down on it.
Okay, you know what? Now that... Okay, it used to be spherical. This is what it looks like now. This is after the building collapsed on it. So that's why it looks like that.
Okay.
It used to be round. Look at that. See, it used to be round.
Okay. That makes sense. I'm looking at the thing saying, what is that thing?
Now it's all crushed.
Yeah.
And stuff. Well, this way, it looks crushed this way, yeah. So there it is in the rubble.
Yeah, okay, there it is.
I remember that.
It's still standing though. That's amazing.
Yeah. Well, so was that cross.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want a sign from God? There's one right there. 1929, Edith Windsor was born on this date. She was a U.S. Alphabet Mafia cultist, dying in 2017. 1930, John Wayne, English bishop, dying in 2020.
Not our giant Wayne. Huh?
No, his real name was like Leslie or something. like
Yeah.
Dwayne or some real effeminate name.
Yeah, I forget what it was, but you're right.
Yeah. 1932, Robert Rozhdestvensky was a Russian poet and author, dying in 1994. 1936, Billy Guy, what a guy, U.S. singer, dying in 2002. 1946 saw Xana Guzmão, born on the States. She is a Timorese soldier and politician who is the first president of East Timor. Or he, I don't know, I can't tell. Zanana. Like, is that like a Xanax banana or something? Zanana? I don't know. Here's a name we both know. 1946, Bob Vila, U.S. television host.
Yeah. This old house.
Yeah. 1949, Lionel Richie, U.S. singer, songwriter, pianist, producer, and actor. 1952, John Goodman, U.S. actor. We know who he is.
Yeah.
1960, John Taylor, English singer, songwriter, bass player, and actor. 1964, Pier Francisco Chile, Italian motorcycle racer. 1966, Boaz Yakin, U.S. director, producer, and screenwriter. Just always a yakin. You know? Yakety yak, don't talk back.
No,
1967, Nicole Kidman, U.S. Australian actress.
Yeah, we know her.
1971, Jordy White, U.S. singer, songwriter, guitarist, and bass player. 1975, Joan Balcells, Spanish tennis player.
That's just asking to be hit hard.
Yeah, well, ball cells, that sounds like sperm to me. They are cells in the balls, you know?
Joan of Ball Cells.
Joan Ball Cells. Well, at one point she was a ball cell. 1982, Aleksey and Vasily Bereztuski. They're twins. They're two different people right there.
Ah.
They're both Russian footballers.
Oh,
So,
okay.
yeah. Moving on into deaths, starting us off in the year 465, we have Emperor Rinshong of Northern Wei, was born in 440. 930, Hucbald, Frankish monk and music theorist, birth is unknown. 981, Adalbert, Archbishop of Magdeburg, birth is unknown. 1176, Mikhail of Vladimir, Russian prince, birth is unknown. 1351, Margarita Ebner was a German nun and mystic, born in 1921. 1875, Joseph Meek died on the state. So that's kind of meek, you know. He was an American police officer and politician, was born in 1810. He was 65 years old. That's not bad for back then. 1876, John Neal was American writer, critic, editor, lecturer, and activist. Interesting. Was born in 1793. 1888, Johannes Zuckertort, Zuckertort, Polish-English chess player, born in 1842. 1947, Bugsy Siegel, U.S. mobster, was born in 1906. 1952, Luigi Fagioli. It sounds like homosexual spaghetti or something. Italian race car driver, born in 1898. 1969, saw Bishnu Prasad Rabna die. That's really unfortunate because they were an Indian artist, painter, actor, dancer, writer, music composer, and politician. Born in 1909.
Covered it all.
Yeah, I know, right? 2002, Tinus Osendarp, a Dutch runner, born in 1916. 2004, Jim Bacon, Australian police officer, or Australian politician, who is the 41st. Why am I muffing so hard? 41st Premier of Tasmania, born in 1950. 2011, Ryan Dunn, U.S. television personality, that guy from Jackass, got into a car accident.
Oh.
Yeah. He was born in 1977. Ryan Dunn, he was, I think he was the guy who went in, like, you know, and harassed his dad, you know, and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And then 2012, Judy Agnew, former Second Lady of the United States, was born in 1921. And I only remember Agnew because of Futurama, because like the head of Richard Nixon, he had like this robot servant. It was Agnew, and he just went around and growled.
You don't remember the vice presidents?
I know that's his vice president now, but I only knew of it. I only learned of it through a cartoon.
Oh yeah.
Like, yeah. Well, because Richard Nixon was the president of the world.
Yeah.
Because by the year 3000, whatever, like the United States had taken over the whole world or something. Because it was the flag of Earth is like the 13 stripes, but instead of the stars, it's just a picture of the planet.
Okay.
But his vice president is just like this headless robot thing that just goes. Arr, arr. It's Agnew. It's like Agnew, put on the switch.
That's how you learned who his vice president was. Huh?
Well, I learned that Agnew was a vice president.
Okay.
And I'm like, oh, that's why his assistant is that, because this is vice president. But I didn't understand it before. I just thought it was a secretary or something because he's the president, you know. Anyway, that concludes the show. Once again, you can check the underbar of the description for any links that you may find interesting, which also includes Sohan TV on Twitch and Muffin's YouTube. You should have a video up sometime shortly. Anyway, for your Dose of Past Events Daily, we stream every day at 10 in the morning Pacific time, which is 12 Central. It's 11 Mountain. It's 1 in the afternoon on the Eastern. And that's pretty much the extent of my time zone knowledge. You're going to have to figure out the other 20 some odd time zones there are out there. There's more than 24 for some reason, and there are time zones that are a half hour different instead of an hour. Anyway, for all of you and all of us, I am Ayo Xander.
I am Golden Moon.
And you are you. And until you catch us tomorrow, don't forget to look right and left at every intersection, rate 5 thumbs, and subscribe. Until then, toodles. Let's go, Brandon.